The stellar kraken cut through the void like a dagger through silk, its hull groaning faintly against the pull of subspace currents. We had just made our escape from the skirmish at the Carina Arm, where our haul of quantum ingots promised riches beyond measure in the black market of the Outer Rim. Yet, our jubilation was short-lived as the navigational charts began to flicker with erratic readings, like the heartbeat of a dying star. "Captain," I called out, my voice tinged with unease as I peered over Seraphine's shoulder at the holomap. "Something's not right. The stars, they're shifting." Seraphine, her gaze fixed on the swirling vortex of the Enigma Nebula ahead, nodded grimly. "We're in uncharted territory now, Vesper. Brace yourselves." The ship lurched as we entered the nebula's outer rim, and immediately, the fabric of reality seemed to twist and contort around us. Colors bled into one another, forming iridescent ribbons that danced across the viewports in a hypnotic display. Time itself became a fluid concept, stretching and compressing with each pulse of the stellar kraken's engines. Hours blurred into days as we navigated deeper into the heart of the nebula, our instruments useless against the nebulous mists that defied all logic. Whispers echoed through the corridors of the ship, voices from distant pasts and futures intertwined in a cacophony of sound. "We're lost, aren't we?" murmured Lysander, our resident astrogator, his normally stoic demeanor faltering for the first time since I had known him. Seraphine's jaw tightened, her fingers drumming a restless rhythm against the command console. "Not lost, Lysander. Merely delayed. We'll find our way out one way or another." But even her words rang hollow in the oppressive silence that settled upon us like a shroud. The Enigma Nebula held us in its thrall, a testament to the boundless wonders and terrors that lurked within the uncharted depths of space. And so began our odyssey through the labyrinth of time and reality, where each moment was a leap into the unknown, and every decision carried the weight of eternity. Days turned into weeks, or what felt like weeks, as we traversed deeper into the Enigma Nebula. The nebula's tendrils seemed to caress the stellar kraken's hull, whispering secrets of ages long past and futures yet to unfold. Reality continued to warp around us, manifesting visions that played tricks on our senses. I found solace in the ship's library, poring over ancient texts and esoteric journals left by travelers who had dared to venture into similar celestial enigmas. One particular manuscript, bound in faded leather and inscribed with glyphs that shimmered in the light of my data pad, spoke of a phenomenon known as the temporal echoes, a phenomenon where echoes of past events were said to reverberate through the fabric of spacetime. Armed with newfound knowledge, I sought out Captain Seraphine in her chambers, where she studied star charts with a furrowed brow. "Captain," I began, my voice steady despite the unease gnawing at my core, "I believe the nebula isn't just distorting space. It's distorting time itself. The temporal echoes, they're real." Seraphine regarded me with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism, her fingers tracing the constellations etched on the parchment before her. "Temporal echoes," she mused, "could explain the anomalies we've been experiencing. If the past and future are bleeding into the present, then our predicament might be more dire than we realize." I finished, my throat dry with apprehension. A sudden jolt rattled the ship, prompting us to rush to the bridge. Lysander, his eyes wide with disbelief, pointed to the view screen where an apparition shimmered. A ghostly visage of another ship caught in a perpetual loop of destruction and rebirth. "The Echo ship," Lysander whispered, his voice barely audible over the thrum of the engines. "Legends say it's trapped within the nebula, reliving its final moments over and over." Seraphine's jaw tightened, her resolve hardening like tempered steel. "Prepare a boarding party," she commanded, her voice cutting through the tension that hung thick in the air. "We need answers." As we donned our pressure suits and secured our weapons, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were about to confront more than just a spectral anomaly. The Echo ship beckoned like a siren's call, its secrets buried deep within the folds of time and space. With each step across the umbilical bridge that connected our ship to the spectral vessel, I braced myself for what lay ahead. The airlock hissed open, and we stepped into a realm where past, present, and future converged in a haunting symphony of echoes. The air within the Echo ship was thick with a palpable sense of déjà vu, as if every corridor we traversed and every bulkhead we passed had been etched into the annals of history long before our arrival. Shadows flickered at the edges of my vision, fleeting glimpses of figures caught in perpetual motion. "Keep your wits about you," Seraphine cautioned, her voice low yet commanding. "Time bends here, and reality may not be as it seems." Our footsteps echoed hollowly against the metal grates as we pressed deeper into the heart of the spectral vessel. The walls seemed to pulse with a faint luminescence, casting shifting patterns of light and shadow that danced like phantoms in the nebulous mist. "We're being watched," Lysander murmured, his gaze darting nervously from one corridor to the next. Echoes of the past, observing our every move. The sensation of being scrutinized intensified with each passing moment, a weighty presence that bore down upon us like the crushing gravity of a collapsing star. Yet, we pressed onward, driven by a thirst for understanding amidst the swirling chaos of the Enigma Nebula. At last, we reached the heart of the Echo ship, a chamber bathed in an eerie, pulsating glow. Within its center, a holographic projection flickered to life, depicting scenes from a bygone era. A crew, not unlike our own, locked in a desperate struggle against an unseen adversary. "These are the final moments of the Echo ship," I realized aloud, my voice barely a whisper in the oppressive silence. Trapped within a loop of their own making. Seraphine approached the hologram, her expression unreadable as she studied the spectral images with a mixture of fascination and reverence. "Their fate," she murmured. A cautionary tale of hubris and ambition. As the hologram continued to replay the ship's demise in haunting detail, a sudden realization dawned upon me. The Echo ship was not merely a vessel lost in time, but a harbinger of our own potential fate should we fail to navigate the nebula's treacherous currents. "We must learn from their mistakes," I urged, my voice tinged with urgency. "Time is not our enemy, but our greatest ally if we heed its lessons." Seraphine nodded solemnly, her eyes never leaving the flickering images before us. "Prepare to depart," she commanded, her tone decisive. "We have what we came for." With heavy hearts and minds burdened by newfound knowledge, we retraced our steps back to the stellar kraken. The nebula's embrace tightened around us, a reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and humility in the face of cosmic uncertainty. As we resealed the airlock and severed our connection to the Echo ship, I couldn't help but wonder if our encounter had been predestined, a test of our resolve amidst the shifting sands of time. Back aboard the stellar kraken, the revelations gleaned from the Echo ship weighed heavily upon us. Seraphine retreated to her command quarters, poring over the data we had salvaged from the spectral vessel with an intensity that mirrored the pulsing heart of the Enigma Nebula itself. Meanwhile, whispers of the Echo ship's fate circulated among the crew like ghostly tendrils, stirring unease and introspection in equal measure. Lysander, ever the stoic navigator, immersed himself in recalibrating our navigational systems to account for the nebula's temporal anomalies. "It's not just time that's distorted here," he muttered to me one evening, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "The fabric of reality itself is mutable. We're navigating through a labyrinth of probabilities." His words struck a chord within me, resonating with the uncertainties that had plagued our journey since entering the Enigma Nebula. Each decision we made, each course correction, felt like a delicate dance upon the knife's edge, a balance between forging ahead and succumbing to the nebula's insidious embrace. In the midst of our collective contemplation, a distress signal pierced the tranquil hum of the ship's intercom, a faint echo from a vessel adrift within the nebula's swirling mists. "Another ship?" I murmured, my pulse quickening with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. Seraphine appeared beside me, her gaze fixed upon the view screen where the signal originated. "Prepare a reconnaissance team," she commanded, her voice steady despite the undercurrent of uncertainty that rippled through the bridge. "We cannot afford to ignore a cry for help, especially in these treacherous waters." With a sense of purpose renewed, we assembled a team of seasoned corsairs, each adorned in their distinctive armor and armed with technology salvaged from the Echo ship's databanks. Together, we embarked upon our latest venture into the unknown, guided by the flickering beacon of hope amidst the shadows of the past. As the stellar kraken navigated through the nebula's labyrinthine corridors, the distress signal grew stronger, its urgency palpable in the static-laden transmissions that echoed through the void. We emerged upon a clearing, a pocket of relative calm within the chaotic embrace of the Enigma Nebula. Before us floated a vessel, its hull marred by temporal distortions that shimmered like a mirage in the cosmic desert. Seraphine's brow furrowed as she studied the ship through the viewscreen, a silent testament to the trials and tribulations endured by its crew. "Prepare for docking," she ordered, her voice carrying a note of determination. "We will offer aid where we can." As the airlock sealed shut behind us, we stepped onto the vessel's threshold. A threshold between past and present, hope and despair. What awaited us within the shadows of this forsaken vessel, lost to the whims of time and reality, remained to be seen. The interior of the stranded vessel greeted us with an eerie silence, broken only by the soft hum of emergency lighting and the distant echoes of our footsteps against the metal grating. Seraphine led the way, her steps measured and purposeful, as we navigated through corridors that seemed to twist and turn in defiance of spatial logic. "Keep your senses sharp," she reminded us, her voice a reassuring anchor amidst the nebulous uncertainties that surrounded us. "We do not know what we may encounter here." The vessel's interior bore the scars of temporal erosion, bulkheads warped, corridors elongated, as if the very fabric of the ship had been stretched and molded by the cosmic forces at play within the Enigma Nebula. Each compartment we explored revealed fragments of a crew caught in suspended animation, their expressions frozen in time, their lives suspended in an eternal dance with the nebula's capricious currents. "It's as if time has stood still," murmured Avira, our resident engineer, her eyes scanning the flickering consoles with a mixture of fascination and dread. "These systems, they're barely functional, yet somehow holding on." Seraphine knelt beside a console, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns of light that danced across its surface. "They were researching the nebula," she observed, her voice tinged with empathy as she pieced together the fragments of data before her. "Searching for answers, much like we are now." As we pressed deeper into the vessel's heart, we stumbled upon a chamber bathed in an ethereal glow, a makeshift laboratory where experiments in temporal manipulation had been conducted. Holographic projections flickered to life, revealing equations that defied conventional understanding, diagrams that danced with the promise of unlocking the nebula's secrets. "This is beyond anything we've encountered," Lysander remarked, his eyes fixed upon the swirling vortex depicted in the holograms. "They were trying to harness the nebula's power. But at what cost?" I wondered aloud, my gaze drifting to the spectral images that hovered like phantoms within the chamber. "The fabric of reality itself seems to fray around us." Seraphine's expression hardened, her resolve unwavering in the face of the revelations laid bare before us. "Their ambitions outstripped their caution," she concluded, her voice a solemn echo in the chamber's hallowed halls. "We must learn from their mistakes." As we prepared to depart the stranded vessel, a whisper echoed through the corridors, a voice lost to time yet hauntingly familiar, a plea for redemption amidst the cosmic tumult. "We will return," Seraphine vowed, her words a solemn oath to honor the sacrifices made by those who had dared to venture into the Enigma Nebula before us. "Their legacy will not be forgotten." With hearts heavy with newfound knowledge and minds ablaze with unanswered questions, we retraced our steps back to the stellar kraken. The whispers of the Enigma Nebula lingered in our wake, a testament to the fragile balance between ambition and humility in the face of cosmic uncertainty. As we returned to the stellar kraken, the specter of the stranded vessel lingered in our thoughts like a haunting melody. Seraphine retreated to her command quarters, where she pored over the data salvaged from the vessel's archives with an intensity bordering on obsession. The rest of us, haunted by the echoes of our encounter, sought solace in the familiarity of routine amidst the swirling uncertainties of the Enigma Nebula. Days blurred into nights, or what passed for them within the nebula's shifting embrace, as we continued our journey deeper into uncharted territory. The crew, a patchwork of adventurers and outcasts bound by loyalty and ambition, grappled with the implications of our discoveries. It's as if the nebula is alive, mused Kayla, our resident xenobiologist, her fingers tracing patterns of light across a holographic star chart. A sentient entity, guiding us through the currents of time. Her words struck a chord within me, resonating with the inexplicable sense of being watched that had accompanied us since entering the nebula's labyrinthine corridors. Each pulse of the stellar kraken's engine seemed to echo through the cosmic tapestry, threading together moments of past, present, and future in a delicate dance of possibility. In the midst of our collective contemplation, a distress signal pierced the veil of silence, a beacon of hope amidst the nebula's enigmatic allure. Seraphine, her eyes ablaze with determination, summoned us to the bridge where the signal originated. "Another vessel?" I ventured, my voice tinged with curiosity and apprehension. Seraphine nodded, her gaze fixed upon the view screen where the faint glow of emergency beacons flickered like distant stars. "Prepare for a rescue mission," she commanded, her tone resolute. "We cannot turn our backs on those who seek refuge in these treacherous waters." With renewed purpose, we assembled a team of corsairs, each armed with resolve and technology salvaged from our encounters within the Enigma Nebula. Together, we navigated through the nebula's shifting currents, guided by the flickering beacon of hope amidst the veiled depths of uncertainty. As the stellar kraken breached the threshold of the distress signal's origin, we beheld a sight that stirred echoes of empathy and urgency within our hearts. Before us floated a vessel, its hull battered and scarred by temporal anomalies that shimmered like mirages in the cosmic desert. "Prepare to dock," Seraphine ordered, her voice a steady anchor amidst the swirling chaos that surrounded us. "We must act swiftly." As the airlock hissed open, we stepped onto the vessel's threshold, a threshold between sanctuary and oblivion, hope and despair. What awaited us within the shadows of this forsaken vessel, adrift within the Enigma Nebula's tangled web of fate, remained to be seen. The interior of the distressed vessel greeted us with a hushed stillness, broken only by the occasional flicker of emergency lighting and the faint hum of failing systems. Seraphine led our team through corridors that seemed to bend and twist with each step, as if guided by the nebula's capricious whims. "Keep your senses sharp," she reminded us, her voice a steady beacon amidst the nebulous uncertainties that surrounded us. "We do not know what awaits us within these halls." The vessel bore the scars of temporal erosion, bulkheads warped, conduits sputtering with erratic bursts of energy, as if the very fabric of reality had been stretched thin by the nebula's relentless embrace. Each compartment we explored revealed fragments of a crew struggling to maintain order amidst the chaos, a testament to their resilience in the face of insurmountable odds. "They were running from something," murmured Avira, our engineer, her gaze sweeping over the flickering consoles with a mixture of fascination and dread. "Or perhaps chasing a truth they could not grasp." Seraphine knelt beside a malfunctioning console, her fingers dancing across the controls in a futile attempt to coax life from its dormant circuits. "They were researching anomalies," she observed, her voice tinged with empathy as she pieced together the fragments of data before her, seeking answers amidst the nebula's shifting illusions. As we ventured deeper into the vessel's heart, we stumbled upon a chamber bathed in an eerie luminescence, a makeshift laboratory where experiments in temporal manipulation had been conducted. Holographic projections flickered to life, depicting equations that defied conventional understanding, diagrams that shimmered with the promise of unlocking the nebula's deepest mysteries. "These illusions," mused Lysander, our astrogator, his eyes fixed upon the swirling vortex depicted in the holograms. "They shape reality itself, bending it to their will. But for what purpose?" I wondered aloud, my gaze drawn to the spectral images that hovered like phantoms within the chamber. "Are we chasing truth, or merely chasing shadows?" Seraphine's expression hardened, her resolve unwavering in the face of the revelations laid bare before us. "The nebula plays tricks upon the mind," she concluded, her voice a solemn echo in the chamber's haunted halls. "We must trust in our instincts, even when reality bends." As we prepared to depart the distressed vessel, a whisper echoed through the corridors, a voice lost to time yet hauntingly familiar, a plea for redemption amidst the cosmic tumult. "We will return," Seraphine vowed, her words a solemn oath to honor the sacrifices made by those who had ventured into the Enigma Nebula before us. Their truth will not be buried beneath the veil of illusions. With hearts heavy with newfound knowledge and minds sharpened by uncertainty, we retraced our steps back to the stellar kraken. The echoes of the Enigma Nebula lingered in our wake, a testament to the fragile balance between ambition and humility in the face of cosmic uncertainty. As we returned to the stellar kraken, the weight of our discoveries within the Enigma Nebula bore down upon us like a celestial anchor. Seraphine retreated to her command quarters, where she immersed herself in the data salvaged from our encounters, the fragments of a puzzle whose edges blurred between truth and illusion. The crew, united in purpose yet burdened by the nebula's mysteries, gathered in the mess hall, a sanctuary amidst the swirling uncertainties of cosmic space. Conversations ebbed and flowed like solar winds, each voice a thread in the tapestry of our collective experience. "It's as if the nebula weaves its own reality," remarked Kayla, her gaze fixed upon the holographic star charts that adorned the walls. "A tapestry of time and possibility." Her words resonated within me, echoing the sense of being watched that had accompanied us since our first foray into the nebula's labyrinthine corridors. Each pulse of the stellar kraken's engines seemed to reverberate through the cosmic fabric, threading together moments of past, present, and future in a delicate dance of uncertainty. In the quiet hours before our departure from the Enigma Nebula, a faint signal pierced the tranquility, a transmission from a distant outpost on the nebula's edge, where explorers and scholars sought to unravel its enigmatic mysteries. "We must answer the call," Seraphine declared, her voice a clarion call amidst the nebulous uncertainties that surrounded us. "There are truths yet to be uncovered, paths yet to be traversed." With renewed purpose, we charted a course toward the outpost, a beacon of hope amidst the veiled depths of uncertainty. The journey tested our resolve, navigating through temporal eddies and cosmic anomalies that threatened to unravel the very fabric of our existence. At last, we arrived, a testament to our perseverance and resilience in the face of the nebula's relentless embrace. The outpost beckoned like a guiding star, its corridors alive with the hum of curiosity and determination. As we stepped onto solid ground once more, I reflected upon our journey through the Enigma Nebula, a journey that had challenged our perceptions, tested our courage, and revealed truths that transcended the boundaries of time and reality. "The nebula," I murmured to Seraphine, who stood beside me amidst the bustling corridors of the outpost. "It holds more than just mysteries. It holds the keys to understanding our place in the cosmos." Seraphine nodded, her gaze fixed upon the distant horizon where stars twinkled with the promise of new beginnings. "We are but travelers in the cosmic dance," she replied, her voice carrying a sense of wonder and reverence. "And the Enigma Nebula has shown us that our journey is far from over." With that, we embarked upon the next chapter of our odyssey, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Corsairs of Cygnus, bound together by destiny and driven by the relentless pursuit of knowledge amidst the boundless expanse of the universe.